Hello everyone, I'm Stephanie Haney. It's Wednesday, April 29th. We have your up-to-date headlines for you from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. We do have the most up-to-date numbers in from the Ohio Department of Health, which I will share those with you now, comparing those to the numbers that we had in yesterday at 2 p.m. as they do come in at 2 p.m. every day. And just to prepare you, there is a considerable jump in the number of deaths today. I will go ahead and give you those numbers now. The total number of reported COVID-19 cases here in the state of Ohio is now 17,303. So that is up 534 new cases from yesterday. Again, this is based on the expanded CDC definition of both positive COVID-19 tests as well as probable cases of COVID-19. Here's where the number is alarming. Today, the total number of deaths is 937 deaths. That is up 138 deaths from yesterday. Yesterday at 2 p.m., there were 799 reported COVID-19 deaths, again, based on that expanded CDC definition. Today at 2 p.m., we have 937 reported COVID-19 deaths. That is the biggest single-day jump in deaths related to COVID-19 since the first case here in March in the state of Ohio. The age range of people impacted remains less than 1 year old, all the way up to 106 years old, with the median age for people who are reported to have COVID-19 being 51 years old. Worldwide, there are 3,157,000 reported cases of COVID-19, and now a total of 219,611 deaths. So worldwide, the number of deaths is up about 6,300 from yesterday. Here in the U.S., we are now over 1 million cases. We have over 1,023,000 cases here in the U.S. and almost 59,000 deaths, which is up 2,250 from yesterday. Yesterday, when we brought up the topic of comparing the U.S. to the worldwide cases, I did mention that the U.S. has about 1/3 of the reported worldwide cases, which we don't know the extent of the worldwide cases because testing has not been expansive. But the deaths that are related to COVID-19 are also about up 1/3 here in the U.S. from the worldwide total yesterday. So worldwide deaths up 6,300 from yesterday to today. U.S. deaths up 2,200 from yesterday to today. And then again, here in Ohio, we are seeing the largest single-day jump in deaths with a total of 138 new deaths. Now, as that happens, AKRON is expecting to bring 135 city workers back to work next week as Ohio looks to beginning to reopen the economy starting on May 1st, pursuant to Governor Mike DeWine's recommendations and orders. Approximately 319 other city workers will remain on temporary emergency leave in the city of Akron. The city will be implementing limited employee remobilization based on the most urgent needs and the safety of employees and the public. That's what city officials said in a press release. The majority of returning workers are being brought back with the following areas of focus: neighborhood code enforcement, highway and street maintenance, utilities maintenance, billing and tax collection, cleaning and maintenance of city buildings, parks, and property, and small business assistance and recovery efforts, which will absolutely be crucial in the coming days as we work to start reopening things here in the state of Ohio. Officials said that the city is working to appropriately distance employees and provide appropriate personal protection equipment, disinfectant for workspaces, hand sanitizer, and those types of things. Officials also said personal face coverings will be required for all employees when occupying common or public spaces in city buildings, elevators, lobbies, meeting rooms, and restrooms. Based on a new study, it's been found that quarantining is apparently especially difficult here in Cleveland. This new study ranks Cleveland as one of the top cities in the U.S. most negatively affected by stay-at-home orders. The study, which was conducted by Zippia, looked at average apartment size, access to good internet according to the U.S. Census, parkland per person, so we're looking at greenery versus staring at asphalt all day, and takeout options on DoorDash, specifically on DoorDash. So that's not taking into account some of those other services like Grubhub, Seamless, Chow Now, many of those other delivery options, Uber Eats, and so forth. Out of the 99 cities that they take a look at across the country, Cleveland ranked 93rd, just ahead of Tucson, Arizona, and Newark, New Jersey got the lowest score. in the poll. The one bright spot for the city was its ranking in terms of takeout options. Cleveland ranked in the top half of the cities, according to Zippia. And again, that's not even taking into consideration those other services that do provide carry-out and delivery options. Some of the top cities that are to be least negatively impacted, according to this survey by Quarantine, included Scottsdale, Arizona, Irvine, California, and Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, as we talk about the masks, we just mentioned that City of Akron workers will be required to wear facial coverings when they do go back to work. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine says that masks are highly recommended but not mandatory. So there's been some back and forth on this. This is what DeWine said. For retail customers, this is not going to be mandated. It is best practices, but he has heard people and he's not going to mandate this. They're going to leave it up to the individual customer. He said he came to this conclusion after listening to feedback and understanding that some people didn't like the idea of being forced to wear something they don't want to and found it offensive. One particular situation that he brought up was the fact that he had talked with the mother of an autistic child, and that child had an aversion to having a face covering on. So DeWine at that point decided that he would not require it for consumers. The state's current stay-at-home order is set to expire on May 1st, but DeWine said it will officially remain in place, and gatherings of more than 10 people will still be prohibited, but these adjustments will be made as we start to reopen the state of Ohio very gradually. Now, to the point on this, something that DeWine had said yesterday was that workers in retail spaces would still be required to wear facial coverings. We look to see whether he'll have any more clarification on this today, but as of yesterday, that's where things stood with regards to mandated facial coverings. But do keep in mind that stores could require people to wear facial coverings in order to come into their establishments. They do have the ability to do that. Speaking about schools who have sort of toyed with the idea of maybe having a combination of in-person and remote learning as we look to the fall, with schools being canceled through in-person schooling being canceled through the end of summer. Case Western Reserve University says that university does fully plan to have in-person and online classes in the fall. So in addition to planning for the fall, Case says it's begun preparing to have a limited number of employees return to work later in May. That's following DeWine's announcement and, of course, the phased-in plans to reopen Ohio. The university has emphasized that it is doing everything it can to make sure the campus will be safe when it reopens. University President Barbara Snyder and Provost Ben Vinson III said, "We are collaborating with hospital partners and others to secure supplies such as test kits, hand sanitizer, masks, and more. We are looking at new approaches to class schedules, student activities, and health services, and rest assured, we have engaged infectious disease experts on our facility to help inform key decisions." Although the university had canceled summer study abroad programs, it is planning to provide summer housing for students who may need it. So if you're a student at Case Western, keep an eye on that. This is one of the early schools that we're seeing actually making a statement about their plan and letting us know that they are planning to incorporate, at least at this point, in-person courses of some kind in the fall. Governor Mike DeWine's press conference is now in progress. You can find that on WKYC.com and our WKYC app, also on Facebook and on YouTube. Next up, we'll have more coverage for you on What's New at 5 p.m. I will see you there. Also on What Matters Most at 6 p.m., Front Row at 7 p.m., and What's Next at 11 p.m. And I will be back here with the top headlines for you at 11 a.m. tomorrow on Thursday. I'm Stephanie Haney. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you back here tomorrow.